Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon is nominated for 10 Oscars, including Best Picture. It is one of the top contenders in awards season this year, and it has grossed $210 million at the global box office. So in case you haven't had a chance to see it yet, here's a look.
Move, said the great white father. There are many, so many hungry wolves. Can you find the wolves in this picture?
This movie is inspired by a best-selling book, and it follows the true story of the 1920 murders of members of the Osage Nation in Oklahoma. And Canadian actress Jillian Dion stars in the movie. She plays Minnie, one of the sisters who was murdered. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Hey, congratulations on the movie's great success so far in awards season. I want to share a post with our viewers that you made after Cannes in 2023. This is where the movie premiered. And the post, you'll remember, the post starts with, "Still waiting for the glitter to settle." And you end it by saying, "Cheers to the next adventure, Killers of the Flower Moon family." Jillian, when I look at these pictures, and when you look at these pictures, and I want people to know that you have said before this role in particular, you described your feelings towards acting as being a little frustrated or ambiguous because you had an aversion to being typecast. So when you see yourself now at Cannes, on the red carpet, with Scorsese and DiCaprio, what goes through your mind? What do you see?
I think it's a wonderful opportunity, especially for such an important story to be told so factually and through such a large audience, and with someone like Marty at the helm, and with DiCaprio and De Niro backing us and sort of, acting as allies. It was a surreal experience, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. And it's still crazy to me. Like, every time I go to one of these events, it's just like, it pinch me. Is this real?
I can imagine. Also, I love that you just called Martin Scorsese Marty. We'll get into that in a second. He received an Oscar nomination for Best Director, of course, making him the most nominated living director in Oscars history. Not every actor gets the opportunity, as you said, to work with him. And I would imagine it's a bit like being in a master class. So what did you learn from your good pal Marty? And how did he change how you practice your craft?
I think it was just like a lot of trust. Like, when we went in and we had some initial questions about our characters, there was a guidance to a point, but then at one point he literally just point blank looked at us and said, "You're the actors, figure it out." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then when we were actually doing the scenes, there was a definite level of trust, because there was an ability to ad-lib a bit, and he actually let us write a couple of the lines when the four sisters have that scene, when you're introduced to the four sisters initially at the picnic ceremony. So it was just like, it really instilled a confidence in myself that was there before, but it kind of just I guess ignited it a bit.
When somebody with that much experience and recognition says, "I trust you," I can only imagine that builds confidence.
Yeah, it was wild, and it was from day one. When we did the initial auditions with him, we had only all got to see him. No, that's not true. I got to see him the one time, and then he ended up casting Janae and I off that initial time that we all met. So the casting director had said that they chose 4 of us. They put us all in a room, and then Marty saw us, and then that was the 4 that they went with. They were like, "Oh, we nailed it on the first go."
Wow.
So we knew that there was something magical there, just because of the connection that we all had. And
Sure.
the more time we spent together, we're like, "Oh, this totally makes sense."
You mentioned your co-stars, and in the movie, Lily Gladstone, who plays the role of your sister, accepted her historic Golden Globe Award for Best Actress. It still gives me chills when I look at this photo, because the moment that stood out for me was in her acceptance speech, in her native language, which is Blackfeet. You are a Plains Cree Métis woman. And when you heard that speech as a Canadian woman, because I think about Truth and Reconciliation, which calls the elimination of language as one of the elements of cultural genocide. So to hear that spoken out loud from that stage, what went on in your mind? How did you feel?
It was overwhelming. It was overwhelming because I immediately saw Lily becoming overwhelmed, and I think she might have had that same thought as well, like being able to be on that stage in front of all these other acting peers and a global audience, and being able to speak a language that might have been extinguished had it not been kept alive by the language keepers. So I think that was just a really special event to have witnessed and to go down in history.
I want to thank you for the conversation today, Jillian. Listen, and can I just tell you, you have been killing it on the red carpet. I cannot wait to see what your look will be for the Oscars.
Thank you.
Congratulations again, and we will be following along. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Hi.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.